Portland has obviously been the site of a lot of chaos over the past few months. Police have been engaged in a months-long effort to just brutalize the protesters there. Trump sent in his interstate goon squad, and you also have right-wingers. And the right-wingers, it turns out, are being treated a little bit differently by Portland police than the protesters that have been there for a few months. Over this last weekend, police apparently took an entirely hands-off approach to the fighting they saw, even as the demonstrations grew more violent than ever. The Proud Boys and their far-right friends attacked and intimidated anti-fascist protesters using paintball guns, mace, fireworks, aluminum bats, and various firearms. One of them, a Proud Boys organizer named Alan Swinney, was seen pointing a gun at protesters, his finger on the trigger. Over the loudspeaker, police encouraged those present to, quote, self-monitor for criminal activity. So when it was just civil rights protesters, the police were clubbing people, tear gassing people, driving their cars into people, anonymously kidnapping people. As soon as the right-wing thugs come and start attacking people, suddenly the cops just kind of want to watch. They want to stand back and see how it goes. They certainly don't want to lock up any of these right wingers. I know that for Portland, this isn't a new thing, Jordan, but I am very worried about what could end up happening, what the cops will stand by and allow to happen.
Yeah, I think this, as we've seen with demonstrations and rallies and events, all of them in Portland over the past few years, the police have been notoriously sympathetic to right-wing fringe groups. And we've seen like the distortion of narratives out of those areas in those cities as well through people like Andy Ngo. Completely distorting what happened. If you recall the hammer incident on the bus, where the Proud Boys were like hitting people with hammers and someone threw it back at them. And it's like Andy Ngo just put that part up and was like, oh wow, look what Antifa is doing to these poor protesters. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's a mess out there. And the police are, quietly hand in hand with these fringe groups. But this is, democratically controlled area. So the kind of whole vote blue no matter who thing doesn't really resonate with me when I see things like this.
Yeah, and like I said, like you can see reports of when the white supremacist march in Portland, they would generally be treated very well by the cops. This is like a long-standing thing. But think about it too, like let's acknowledge that this strategy of the cops, their ideological approach to different groups is also like arguably kind of suicidal, because like those right wingers, I want to tell the cops, do you get that they kill cops, that they ambush and kill cops? Like they've already killed multiple cops during these protesters. Not Antifa. I don't care what Jeanine Pirro says. It doesn't actually happen. But right wingers are killing protesters and they are killing cops. You're protecting them today. They might be ambushing you tomorrow. Like those Boogaloo boys, you think that like, oh, we're cool because like we kind of have the same political objectives. No, their political objectives involve you possibly being shot in the head. But the cops feel such an affinity that they'll ignore all of that and just believe the BS that's been said about Antifa. It's just, I feel bad for those cops. Like I know some have been brainwashed, some are probably more conscious of what's going on, but they're protecting people that would be perfectly fine with seeing many of them end up dead if that escalates us into the race war that they want and all of that. It's just it's. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.